Panther Nation, what's good? Let's talk about how we got exposed last Sunday.
You are now tuned into the Panther Nation podcast.
Delone fires to an open Smith. Steve Smith is going to go all the way. No flag down. Smith scores, and the Carolina Panthers win in overtime.
He's intercepted by Keithley. Keithley inside the 20 to the 10 and to the end zone for another Panther.
All right, so have we been figured out? Has this Joe Brady offense met its kryptonite? Listen, we got exposed by the Bears last Sunday, and it's not pretty. When you turn on the film, I see a lot of exotic little stunts up front, and our offensive line looks confused, okay? They look really confused. And what a stunt is essentially is you don't see a straight line rush. You don't see mano-a-mano straight line rushes with the Bears. You see a lot of switching of gap assignments. So you'll see Khalil Mack start outside, and then you'll see the tackle switch gaps with him and Khalil Mack coming across the inside gap. There's a lot of that in the film, and what happened was we were not prepared. And I don't know if I have to go back and look at the other film to see if we saw a lot of that this season. It looks like they were completely lost. They didn't know how to handle those gaps or how to handle those stunts, and they got exposed pretty badly. And you can see the difference on plays where the Bears ran stunts and where they didn't run stunts, and where they were handled properly and when they weren't handled properly. And we're going to take a look at all that, okay? Now, let's get into the film. It's not pretty. Let's take a look. All right, Panther Nation, let's get into it. Listen, this is negative play number 1, play number 2 in the game. Yes, play number 2 in the game. We get worked off the rip. And listen, just like I said earlier, we got hit with a nice stunt off the rip, okay? Off the rip, we get hit with a nice stunt. And listen, I think this is a fixable issue, but we did not handle it well in this game at all, okay? We're going to take a look at play number 1. This is where number 98 from the Bears defense gets a sack. And you'll see how this plays out, okay? This is how it plays out. And again, it's not just what happens up front. It's also what's happening in the secondary. But we're going to take a look at first this angle because it shows you what happened. All right, so we're going to get it started off. And as you can see, everything looks pretty normal. It looks like a regular 4-man straight rush, regular gap assignments. Nothing too weird here. But then look at number 94. Number 94 is right here. Take a look at what 94 does. 94 comes inside. He's going to come inside. And boom, right there. What he does is he essentially takes out Reed. He takes Reed and Okung. This is calculated, okay? This is not him making a mistake. What he does is he takes both blockers, okay, and frees up 98 for a straight rush at Teddy Bridgewater. Now, Teddy Bridgewater does not help the situation too much because he rolls out to the direction of where the rush is coming. He's rolling in the direction of the pressure, okay? He was going to Robbie Anderson over here, so he kind of rolls in the direction. So he helps out 98 a little bit. But so this is kind of a messed up play, okay? So again, 94 does his job. He takes Okung and Chris Reed, takes them both out. Now, what was supposed to happen was Russell Okung was supposed to trade. They're supposed to switch responsibilities. They're supposed to trade off guys. And that didn't happen. That did not happen. 98 gets a free look and gets right at Teddy Bridgewater. Now, and he obviously that helps because there's nobody open in the secondary. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what's going on in the rest of the field, because I think that's important to see that nobody's really open. Nobody's open, okay? Let's take it back to the beginning. All right, so nobody's really open here. So boom, we're going. Nobody's open. If you pause it, listen, He's covered. Robbie Anderson's covered. Might be a little hold there. He can't really see at this point. He can't see who this is. He can't see any of these receivers. They might be open, but he can't see them because he's rolling in a direction. There's pressure. The pressure is what's causing him to roll out. And again, this is called team defense. Everybody's covered in the secondary, and there's pressure up front. That's a perfect defensive play. There's nothing Teddy could do but take the sack. All right, that's play number 1. Now while this is another play. I think our second drive where we start to move the ball a little bit. I want you to see the difference in the protection. Okay, and this we gave Teddy ample time to get rid of the ball. He got to go through all his progressions, and we took a deep shot. Now I want you to see what happens and look and see the difference in the protection. Let's skip past all this. Let's go to the other view. All right. So let's check this protection real quick. All right. I want you to see the difference. Okay. Check the difference in how they handled up front. All right. See it? Boom. 4 straight man rush. And see, it looks like here it looks like they blew this. Okay. It looks like the Bears blew this assignment. Number 95 looks like he didn't know the call, or it was late. It was a late development stunt. This one was a failed rush. But you can see how the offensive line didn't panic. Look how it was handled up front. Chris Reed's doing his job. They're watching. Everybody's switching. Now you see Okung. How he's letting him go. He's letting 50 go, and now he's anticipating 95 coming over. Watch this. Watch how this works. See? He lets him go. I'm passing him off. Now waiting on 95. That's how a stunt is supposed to be handled. Now you see how much time Teddy has to throw the ball. Listen, that's how a stunt is supposed to be handled. Okay, that's how it's supposed to be done. And you see the result. We didn't complete the pass, but Teddy had time to get through his progressions. Took a deep shot at Kirkwood, but it was incomplete. But I just wanted you to see how it's supposed to be done. All right, so here's Khalil Mack's sack. And again, this is why I don't like PFF partially, because this sack is going to be attributed to Moton. Okay, Moton is going to get this sack. Is going to be dinged for giving up this sack, and you'll see why that's completely false. Okay, so here we go. So watch number 94. Watch number 95 right here. This is where the primary action happens, and then Moton is going to come with the cleanup job. He's going to come clean everything up after the damage had already been done. All right, so here we go. All right, so we hike the ball. All right, so boom, right here. You can see 94 setting up to come on the inside. He's gonna come rush. He's gonna come with this stunt and come around and get Chris Reed slipping. Okay, so here you go. Boom, 95. He's passed off. So Chris Reed should be passing off to Moton right now, and he should be preparing to block 94. Look what Chris Reed does. Chris Reed sticks with 95. Meanwhile, 94 is past him, okay? That's what flushes Teddy out. Flushes Teddy out the pocket. Meanwhile, you can see the same thing happening here. Khalil Mack comes inside, and he's John Miller is turned around. You never want to see your offensive lineman turned around. He's turned around, focusing on Khalil Mack. Meanwhile, 96 is coming in to get after Teddy, okay? He doesn't take him down, but look who comes and cleans everything up. Khalil Mack. And that's going to be attributed to Taylor Moton. I don't like it. That shouldn't be attributed to Moton at all. Had the guys did their job handling these stunts, I think they would have did a better job. And let's take a look what happens, because I don't want to look at this play in isolation. You guys see what's happening here, because I think right here, DJ Moore slips. Boom, DJ Moore slips. It's a timing play. Have DJ Moore been able to get out of his break a little bit quicker, maybe this would have been completed. But he slips, throws the timing off, and nobody else is open at the moment. Maybe you can toss it up. I think this is Ian Thomas. Maybe you can throw it up to him. There's no safety help. Safety is playing middle over here. He's middle zone. But maybe you toss it up. Maybe you take a shot here. Maybe he's got him beat. I don't know. But the play was designed to go right here to DJ Moore. He slips. And then Teddy, once he saw him slip, didn't get out his break, he just kind of goes down. So, again, they did a good job in coverage. Play broke down a little bit, and they took advantage of it. All right, so it's not stunts every single time. Sometimes you just get beat man to man, and that's what happened right here. Russell Okung gets beat, and I think Teddy got kind of tripped up. So it's a little bit of a fluke play, but we'll take a look at a couple angles because I want y'all to see something. If we give Teddy some time, some damage could have been done. But let's just watch this one. All right, so we'll watch it slow because there is an inside stunt. So there is an inside stunt here. You'll see it played perfectly right here. So Reed, Miller, Paradis, they handle this inside stunt very well. These two guys, non-factor. Edges right here, Moulton does his job, but then watch what happens to Russell Okung. He gets bull rushed. He gets bull rushed, okay? And you'll see right here, you can see the contact. Teddy gets a little tripped up. He tries to escape the pocket, okay? He tries to escape the pocket. Couldn't quite make it. He got tripped up. Actually got tripped up by Moulton. Moulton tripped him up. But the pressure was there regardless, okay? So this is the kind of offensive line play we're kind of used to seeing at Carolina where guys just get beat. They've been doing pretty good this year for the most part. But if you go back to prior years, this is the kind of offensive line we're used to seeing. And it didn't help here, okay? We need dudes to kind of man up. But he just got beat with a bull rush. But I want you to see something here. I want you to see it on this play. If we rewind it and take a look at the other angle, Teddy was going to go Teddy was looking in this direction. I can't see who that is. But I want you to watch Ian Thomas right here come across the middle. Because had he escaped from that pocket, he would have had a wide open Ian Thomas for a big gain. Okay, he would have had a wide open Ian Thomas. Okay, look at Ian. Look at Ian right here. Wide open Ian Thomas. Because Teddy was looking this direction. Teddy wanted to go up here. Teddy was going to throw the deep ball up here. And he didn't have time. But had he escaped, look how wide open Ian Thomas is. Look how wide open. Look how wide this is DJ Moore. Look how wide open DJ Moore is. Now, I will say the safety is right here. Had he thrown a deep ball, he probably could have cut that off. But there's nobody near Ian Thomas. So, again, if we were able to protect him a little bit, some of these plays would have opened up. Some of these plays could have had some big gains, okay? But, again, it's not always stunts. I do want y'all to see that. it was mano y mano. Russell Okung got bull rushed, okay? Applied the pressure. Okay, so here's an example of what I was just talking about. Here's an example of Teddy having time, and this is going to be the deep pass to Robbie Anderson, okay? Really good throw by Teddy, but really good protection as well. So let's walk through the protection. All right, let's walk through the protection. All right, here we go. All right, so look, here we go. This is going to be a stunt. Again, we're talking about the same stunt they've been kind of running all game. As you can see, Paradis is here to help. It's Miller and Moulton, okay? Let's just watch what happens with this stunt. Meanwhile, Teddy's getting plenty of time. Okung's doing his job out here, and you can see what happens. You can see the result of what happens here. Okay, now watch this pass off. So you see Moulton still sticking with this guy, and then watch the pass off. You see how Paradis is ready. Paradis is ready for the guy taking his gap, and boom, it's stuffed. Okay, that's how you're supposed to handle a stunt. And as you can see, Teddy gets time. Still a little bit of pressure, but Teddy gets time to throw the ball deep to an open Robbie Anderson. Really good throw, even better catch. Shot. That's how you're supposed to handle it. That's how it's supposed to look. The problem was we didn't do that consistently enough in this game. All right. So Panther Nation, as you can see, listen. The Bears had a great game plan, okay? They have good enough cornerbacks to make you go to work, to say, hey, or good enough secondary and good enough linebackers to make you work in the secondary and at least give their defensive line enough time to make it happen up front. Those guys it was a well drawn out game plan. Listen, I get up here and I say, listen, nobody can handle us one-on-one. Nobody can handle us man-to-man receiver-wise. I get up here and talk that all kind of smack. You've heard me say it a million times. But they did a good job. They did a good enough job to hold off and make Teddy hesitate and hold the ball long enough to allow their defensive linemen to go to work. Okay, and it works both ways. This is what I've been trying to tell you guys about our defense. All right, it's not just about fixing up front. It's not just about having the best front four in the game. Obviously, that's a great thing to have. You want to have as good as pass rushers as you can have, but it's not just about that. You got to have a good secondary to complement that. And even though their rookie number 33 was getting worked during the game, he was getting worked, and he had some pass interference calls. Even though he was getting worked, they bend, but they did not break. And they had a great game plan. They mixed it up with the stunts up front. It was not just rushing the passer and getting at him. It was about confusing the offensive line, and they made him think. They made him hesitate, and they had a good enough secondary to make it work. And shout out to their linebackers, too. Their linebackers did a good job in coverage, taking away Mike Davis in the flat. They took him away a lot. They did a decent job of taking away the tight ends across the middle or anything coming across the middle. It was a well drawn out game plan by the Chicago Bears, and I credit to them because I was questioning whether our offense could be stopped. Listen, Teddy Bridgewater was top 5 in the league, or he might still be, but I'm not sure. Top 5 in the league in the passing. We have 2 top 10 receivers in the league. Mike Davis was doing his thing. We were on a roll. Our offensive line had not given up a sack in 2 games. We were on a roll, okay? And I questioned whether anybody could stop us. And the Bears, they came out and did their thing. So credit to the Bears. We got to go back to the drawing board. We got to fix some things up front because I think if we fix some things up front, have a little bit more options for Teddy to get rid of the ball quicker, we're going to be fine. We are going to be A-okay. I'm not concerned about our offense long term. We just need to shore up some of those stunts that we saw. There was a lot of confusion in the offensive line up front and gap responsibilities. There was some confusion on how to pass off some of those stunts. We didn't do a good job. So we just got to figure that out. Okay? That being said, we're going to have a tough test against the Saints. Saints have a really good pass rush. I think you're going to see some similar things that you saw against Chicago. They're going to get after it with the front four. And, of course, they got Marshawn Lattimore, and they got some really good cornerbacks in the back end, okay? So it's going to be a similar output from the defense. Now, can we match that? Can we figure that out? I'm sure Teddy Bridgewater's seen that defense enough in practice to kind of find out and figure out some gaps. And I trust Joe Brady that he's seen that defense enough to where we can go out and put up a better showing this week. I expect to bounce back. Maybe not a victory, but I expect our offense to bounce back. And we have some injuries on defense that I'm concerned about. But offensively, I think we're going to bounce back. All right. That being said, I'll see y'all on the next one. Check out the live stream on Sunday. And make sure y'all like, subscribe, keep pounding. Peace out.